Hello, this is a brief video introduction to a CD that I've recently recorded with John Lenhan on piano, entitled Vienna Calling. Now you'll notice that on the CD cover, there's an image of the iconic Vienna Ferris wheel, which was completed in the year of Brahms' death, 1897. And I wanted to use the wheel as a conceit for the bridge which links Brahms with the other featured composers on the discs, Vienna being the key element. I'll go out on a limb and say that I think that from late Haydn symphonies, the clarinet would have been the wind instrument of choice for Viennese composers. Think of Mozart, Schubert, the prominent clarinet parts in his symphonies, the Unfinished Symphony, the great Schubert Octet, and of course Brahms. Now I won't say anything about the Brahms sonatas because plenty's been said and written by wiser heads than mine. But I would like to start off with talking a bit about the Berg Wehrstück, a very early opus, which his teacher, Schoenberg, didn't much like. He thought they were too small in scale. But what I find so fascinating is the way that they condense so much emotion and expression into a very short period of time, also using the fantastic assets of the clarinets, dynamic range, huge varieties of pitch. He later, I guess he took Schoenberg's advice on board, and in a massive opera like Lulu, Berg isn't afraid to use super Ds, super high Ds on the clarinet. That's a pretty big ask even now. The other two composers, Ernst Krenek and Egon Velez, I think you could say were born into a sort of artistic, privileged, liberal part of Viennese society. We have Velez later, when he escaped to Oxford, mentioning to colleagues how he remembers sitting on Brahms's knee. So, there was a very clear artistic society going on. Krenek himself was a household name from the mid-20s, from the success of his opera Johnny Spielt Auf, which reflected the liberalism of the times there in the Weimar Republic. It was jazz-inspired, it was extremely popular, and he was a household name. Velez was, I suppose you could say, slightly more serious, another pupil of Schoenberg's like Berg. He escaped after 1938 and after some periods of time in internment camps in the United Kingdom for a professorship at Oxford University. Both of those composers demonstrate their ability to use the clarinet as a solo instrument. There are two solo suites on this disc, which show the purity of sound of the Viennese clarinet, which is the sound they had in mind. It wasn't as reedy, perhaps, as the French, or as meaty as the United States, American sound. The Viennese sound was very particular, and I'm lucky enough to have been taught by Julian Farrell, who himself studied with Rudolf Jettel in Vienna, one of the eminent teachers and proponents of the clarinet. So there's a sound world that needs to be borne in mind for this. Then we've got the very final piece on the disc, the school music, so-called, which Krenek wrote as a tool for his pupils to demonstrate lots of different styles of music that they might consider using in their own compositions. And what brings, for me, the whole disc full circle is that in this last piece on the disc, we have some shades of the romanticism of Brahms. So we've gone through Second Viennese School. From romanticism of Brahms, we've gone through Schoenberg's influences, some quite brutal sounds from Velez and Krenek, and then we alight finally back on a slightly more optimistic romantic note.